The sun barely peeks over the horizon, casting golden streaks across a quiet mountainside. The air is crisp, still, waiting. A lone martial artist stands at the edge of a rocky cliff, his silhouette strong against the vast sky. His breath is steady, his stance firm, but there is something in his eyes. Doubt? Uncertainty? A war within himself.
I used to believe that victory belonged to the strongest, the one who struck first, the one who never backed down. Every fight, I threw myself forward, attacking with everything I had. I thought power meant always pushing ahead, always forcing my way through. But I remember one fight that changed everything. I was younger, full of fire, convinced that aggression would win the day. I launched strike after strike, relentless, refusing to slow down. But my opponent, he didn't meet me with force. He waited, he watched, and just when I thought I had the upper hand, he moved. A single counter, swift, effortless. Before I even understood what happened, I was off balance, struggling to recover. I had been so focused on attacking that I had left myself wide open. In that moment, I realized strength without awareness is weakness. Power without control is chaos. I was losing, not because I lacked strength, but because I refused to understand its limits. The harder I fought, the more I was controlled by my need to win.
An elderly master watches from a distance. He steps forward, slow and deliberate, his presence alone commanding attention.
Tell me, young one, when the storm rages, does the mountain resist? Or does it stand unmoved?
The young martial artist hesitates. His fists are still clenched, his breathing heavy.
Power is not just force. It is also knowing when to step aside, when to allow movement, and when to make it.
The master suddenly lifts a wooden staff and strikes without warning. The young warrior barely dodges, instinct taking over.
In that moment, something shifted. I had stepped aside, not from weakness, but from awareness. I had not lost control. I had gained it.
The days that followed were filled with lessons, not in striking harder, but in understanding when not to strike. The young martial artist learns to flow, sometimes blocking, sometimes evading, sometimes attacking with precision rather than desperation.
I learned that control is not about always taking action. It is about knowing when to act and when to allow. A warrior does not always fight. A warrior does not always yield. The art is in knowing which to do and when.
The young warrior stands in a final duel, but this time, he moves differently. His opponent strikes with sheer force, he does not resist. He does not cower. He flows. He steps aside at the right moment, redirects the force, and when the opening appears, he strikes, not in anger, but with precision. The fight ends quickly, cleanly.
I once believed power was something to be forced. I now know it is something to be mastered. It is knowing when to stand firm, and when to let go, when to be the mountain, and when to be the wind.
The older martial artist now stands where he once doubted himself, on the mountaintop, beneath the endless sky. The sun is fully risen, casting a warm glow over the world below. He takes a breath. Deep, steady.
Life is movement. Strength and surrender are not opposites. They are two halves of the same dance. And true mastery is knowing how to dance between them.
Life, like battle, is a dance. Sometimes we must fight, sometimes we must flow. The key is knowing when to do which. If this lesson spoke to you, like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful stories and insights. Share this with someone who needs to hear. True strength is not just control, it is the wisdom to know when to let go.